John Chapman, and I'm here to present to you a presentation about the song For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica. So, a little bit background on this song. This song, For Whom the Bell Tolls, is written by the thrash metal band Metallica. It was released on the Ride the Lightning album in 1984 and was well received by fans and critics alike. The song is based off of the novel by the same name by, I believe, Hemingway, um, and also the novel The Charge of the Light Brigade. So, although the song itself and many of the themes are named after the book For Whom the Bell Tolls, there is many lyrics that we'll get into that are actually based off of The Charge of the Light Brigade, which is another novel, both about military combat. The song structure of this song is very basic, considering that thrash metal does derive originally from rock and roll. So you find yourself in a lot of 4/4 time with thrash metal. In other genres of metal, such as alternative metal, progressive metal, gent, metalcore, you can often find different time signatures and many tempo changes, but thrash likes to keep it simple, fast, and aggressive. Therefore, it is in 4/4 time. There's a tempo of 112 beats per minute, which for a thrash song is actually fairly slow. The earlier releases, such as the album Kill Them All, the songs are much quicker. And but For Whom the Bell Tolls does slow it down. By no means does it lose its edge, but rather than relying on speed for its aggression, it relies on the ambience of the song to send a message about the cold darkness involved with war. It is written in ABAB format, which is what most rock and metal songs are written in, again, except for when you get into progressive or some metalcore and some alternative. But traditional metal, such as heavy metal and thrash metal, is usually in ABAB. Lyric breakdown. So the first verse here, um, we have we have an AAA, I'm sorry, an ABAA, and then a CDCC format. You can see that day, gray, say rhyme, but inside, of course, it's not. And then we have no, glow, and then no again, but pride does not. But you will notice that B and D actually rhyme with each other, inside and pride. Mm, So that's pretty interesting. Perhaps I should have made it A B A A C B C C. Um, my bad. But it's not only it also makes it interesting because within each of the verses or within each line there's smaller rhymes inside. So gun, run, fight, right, hill, kill, five, alive, insane, pain. So there's a lot of rhyming. The chorus is a callback to the name of the song, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Time Marches On, For Whom the Bell Tolls. This is when it talks about For Whom the Bell Tolls, it's talking about one's inevitable death. And so it's just the bell, of course, symbolizing, the church bells ringing when someone during a funeral, and it's showing that their death, is just a mere part of time as time marches on into the never-ending future. Verse 2 does not see the B and D rhyme. Um, so, but it has the classic A B A A C D C C, die, sky, cry, Mr. E B C, then of course will loud. But we also have the inner rhymes as well. Don, gone, C, B, goal, soul, roar, roar. Uh, and then also sky and die right here. Rhyme. Um, but I really enjoy the lyrics of this song because you really feel like you're in the presence of war, as if you were a soldier there. You know, you have here, make his fight on the hill in the early day, constant chill deep inside. Shouting gun on they run through the endless gray, on they fight for the right, yes, but who's to say? For a hill men would kill, why they do not know. Stiffened wounds test their pride. Men of five still alive through the raging glow, gone insane from the pain that they surely know. Which really talks about how in war, you know, a lot of times they don't choose to be there. Often they're fighting and they don't know why they're fighting. I think of Vietnam, where you're drafted into a war that you want nothing a part of, and you're killing people you don't know that you have no ill will towards, and you're fighting for a war you don't really care about, but you're still fighting because that's all you can do. Verse 2 kind of adds on to this point. After the fighting, after the fact that you've already been here, you know, this is about someone's impending death. You take a look to the sky just before you die. It's the last time you will. Blackened roar, massive roar, fills the crumbling sky. Shattered gold fills his soul with a ruthless cry. Stranger now are his eyes to this mystery. He hears the silence so loud. Crack of dawn, all is gone except the will to be. Now they see what will be, blinded eyes to see. And again, it's the mystery here is the mystery of war, the mystery of the torments of war. But um, he's no longer a stranger to it. Though, then of course the massive war, blackened war, fills the crumbling sky, most likely referring to artillery. Um, which especially in World War One killed about 75% of soldiers in combat, and there was tales of people being buried alive by the artillery, losing hearing and going deaf. And then of course there's shell shock, which is not just mere PTSD, but it also affects the physical body without actually even being hit. Um, so in the chorus. So the verse and melody, I'll go ahead and play for you right here. This is the lead up. And so you do 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 do. Piano's a bit different than, of course, the guitar and the drums and the vocals. So doesn't line up perfectly to what the guitar is playing, because at the end it doesn't have this, it ends right here, just do, and you have you know three quarters of silence, but the piano's a bit different. Now here's the chorus melody. So that is For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good spring break.